Hello everybody, I'm gonna make a short video, probably like 30 minutes worth for PGR. New story, new alpha. Let's see how good this will be. What the fuck is this? Watch the entire show. What the fuck? Two years has passed since the outbreak of the punishing virus. Shrubs sprawl freely along the riverbanks. Geese claim the dead reeds. Did I say that right? Reeds from the nest, and a cold wind cuts through the withering landscape. Ripplers call through their painted scars into the surface of the water. Beneath their feet, the shore drifts slowly away. Lucia! Shh. Lucia signals for Luna to stay silent, then drops into a crouch and slides a rusted hunting rifle from beneath the boat. Brother, she was already shooting people? What? This is her last weapon. She still remembers watching her father use the same rifle to pick off rabbits kneeling at the garden vegetables. If she can do it, then she should be able to do it too. Her gaze shifts towards the geese sheltering in the reeds. A hollow ache sounds in her stomach. She hasn't eaten all day today. Lucia, what are you doing? Luna echoes Lucia's movements, crouching beside her. She follows her sister's gaze out to the birds, who preen their feathers in the cold light, utterly without care. Migrating, Lucia's fingers find two bullets in her pocket. She holds them gingerly, as if they might shatter, before turning the rifle over and easing them into magazine port with a soft metallic click. Bruh, she knows how to use a gun, bro. Kid Lucia, already immense. The geese would go back to their warm homes every year around this time. Oh, okay, Lucia. Lucia works the pump, hears the shell seat home, then reaches for Luna's hand. She guides it to the grip, wrapping her sister's fingers around the worn stock. Are you ready? Ready for what? Luna copies her sister's hold, fingers clenching around the shotgun stock until her knuckles pale. Hold tight, finger right here on the trigger. Then, once she's sure Luna has the shotgun braced right, Lucia turns away and reaches for one of the stones she's gathered earlier and left resting in the boat. The stone strikes the water with a sharp splash, ripples shatters outward. In the next breath, the geese explodes from the reeds, wings trashing, a frantic tide of feathers rising to choke the sky. Now shoot! Don't they need to go home? Yes, but we need to survive. Base! Lucia's hands closes over Luna steadily with the shotgun's weight. Such has always been the law of the universe. Together, they lift the barrel and draw a bead on the panicked flock wheeling against the cold sky. Conservation. Lucia narrows her eyes, sighting down the barrel's spine. For one to live, another must die. For one to survive, another must be eaten. Eat the sin, eat it all, let the weight be yours alone. Somewhere deep in the folds of her mind, an adult woman's voice loops endlessly. Above the geese scattered bank, Lucia pushes the voice aside. Just as one day you have to kill me to survive. The fuck? The shop erupts in a thunderous spray, countless pellets tearing outward into the shrieking wall of steel. It engulfs the panicked flock mid-flight. Several geese still clawing for altitude are caught in the spread. There is nowhere to run. Dull splashes follow one, the other as a lifeless body strike the water, setting up splash of white. The recoil heavy punch draws a quiet whimper from Luna. Lucia sets her jaw and pulls out the oar. Comfort will have to wait. The boat glides forward, narrowing the distance to what they have done. 1, 2, 3. Crimson tendrils unfurls across the water. Ursula leans low and gathers the bodies, one by one, the portion from coming days. No more, no less, exactly 11. Her fingers tighten around the geese. Blood seeps warm between her knuckles as he lifts them clear of the water. That's a beautiful picture. The moment she pulls, her viewpoint climbs. Her finger bones, elegant, stretching unnaturally. Below, the shadow of the water surface fractures, tearing apart into violent ribbons. She stares at the figure in the crimson weaves. Crimson waves, familiar and yet not. Decades carved out of her life float there, adrift in red. Then her palm registers a change. The wet down against her skin vanishes. What remains is a smooth, strange, soft, giving resistance of satanic flesh. She jerks her arms. The geese in the graphs have become familiar faces. Her hands are clamped tight around their throats. What the fuck? Where do these people come from? Liv, Lee, Vera, Bianca, Wanashi, Shun, Moral. Wait, she don't know those people. The river's cracks apart. They both dissolve at a shadow edge. White light swallows everything. Then her vision punches through. Blood drips. Below her, a landscape of corpses rising in heaps and ridges. An ocean of slaughter. She stands at the seam where shadow tears away from the light. She sees a rugged path winding into the gray fog. The way forward, uncertainty and veiled. She sees a blood-red sun bleeding into dusk. Figures locked in combat side by side, carrying the fragile weight of what hope remains. She sees a cavity bathed in radiant light, jagged crimson crystals and bones bleached white, drifting through the infinite expanse of the universe. The magnificent and the shattered blur together, folding into a distant, silent void. At the farthest edge of the vision, she looks down upon herself, standing before the mirror. Light and shadow tear through her spine. She stands where the ascendant network ends. She becomes Alpha. Punishing Grave Raven, The Fog, Chapter 1. One day, beyond all paths that pulls us apart, Brother, I didn't get to read to that! Fuck you! It's that mist again.
愛好の尾をつかめ。急突破。深淵よ、ひれ伏すがいい。前途断絶。またあの子供、誰なの？まさかルシア？教えてくれたのは、本当に人を必要としている場所に行きたい。あの力が作り出した元凶ね。ルナ、またあの子供、一体何を見せようとしているの？この季節になるとガンは暖かい家に帰るの。お家に帰るんじゃないの？私たちは生きていかなきゃいけないの。これは私がルナに言ったこと。深淵よ、ひれ伏すがいい。それ。前途断絶。深淵よ、ひれ伏すがいい。前途断絶。
All right.
Once.
Alright, settle down, look here. I'm actually taking it now. Laughing and jostling one another, several students, fresh in their FSF college uniforms, fell in line beneath the FOS monument. Ready? Look here. 3, 2, 1. Their youthful smiles were frozen in a terminal, caught and preserved. Wow. Turned out great. Nia, come out. You have to be the next one. It's our first college anniversary as actual students. You can't just stay behind the camera the whole time. Thanks, but I'm good. I'm actually curious about though, what does FOS monument only have a top half? Oh yeah, my dad mentioned that once. He said back it was on the surface. The FOS monument was carved from a single massive piece of black rock. And here, lifting their heads, the students gaze up at the towering black monument. It had been broken clean through the middle, the dark stones, jagged edges remaining. cold, sharp at the fracture, like a gaping wound that refuses to heal, yet was forcibly preserved in the very state. Beyond the monument, several commandants have graduated from SOS stood together. Fuck, Vanessa's here, of course. Why drag me into this anniversary nonsense? The Grave Raven Commandant. The Grave Raven Commandant, one that should be fighting over. Bro, she's a hater. It was the FOS anniversary. Following Academy Church days, the cadets stationed at the ground front lines across the Arctic Route Union, Aktilek, and the Transatlantic Economic Community, Kulong, and beyond saluted simultaneously at their respective posts. After all, even on the anniversary, the gears of civilization never stopped turning. Given FOS College emphasis on hands-on surface training, only a small fraction of faculty and students remain aboard the FOS starship Babylonia. Among the newly-ready freshmen, the logistical personnel, a handful of instructors, and a few commandants complete their graduations. Internships were left to keep their somewhat vacant alma mater. Alma mater? I don't know how to say that. Open on its birthday. With one small exception, of course. While waiting for Bambita's external memory model to finish, Vanessa found herself unfortunately swept up. So we're getting a new Bambi frame. Just saying. Found herself swept up in a fresh sensitivity as a star commandant. I'm so used to saying commandant. Commandant. We invited a Grey Raven commandant too, but got word the commandant is still tied up on the surface missions. Already agreed to come, just couldn't make it back in time. Hello, you must be these graduates from the college invite. The curious freshmen crowd around them. Vanessa. Bro, what if Vanessa still becomes a construct? You know how crazy that'll be? Vanessa furrowed her brow and cut Elena's off, her words laced with clear impatience. What do you want? Sorry to interrupt. We're new students at FOS and we're wondering why is only a top half of the moment here on the starship? Listen up, I'll say this once, so pay attention. Anything else? Take it up with your instructor. I'm not your history lecturer. The FOS mountain was on Earth was intact. With both the complete inscriptions, the Academy founding histories, and introduced Illumini on a full chronicle of major events. Then the Punisher virus broke. You did everything in oblivion and said goodbye. The area around FOS got swallowed by the war, and the moment collapsed during the incident. The superintendent at the time wanted to make a smaller replica on the starship, but Dominic overruled him. Fuck Dominic! Insisting on relocating only the upper half intact. Relocate it intact, but why? Why wouldn't that have taken way more? Nobody knows why. Dominic's a bitch. Fuck Dominic. Vanessa tilted her head back slightly as light from Babylonia's artificial dome fell upon the monument standing tall on the starship, its surface gleaming brilliantly. In the cabinet records, Dominic left exactly one statement, and that's about it. Electronic coordinates can be blocked by space. Only torn vessels will be able to serve as anchors for each other and follow fate trajectories to return home. At the time, everyone thought it was just another riddle Dominic left behind. Everything he has is fucking riddled. What the? Babylonia is under attack. Several attacks are targeting the FOS starship. Retreat! Get to the nearest shelter now! As the last footage of SOS starship stored, the Babylonians finished playing once more. Asmund turns off the terminal. Below you flip through the complete reports on FOS starship. 3 months have passed since the attack. Babylonians just barely managed an emergency landing before stability could return. The FOS starship rejected and separated without warning. Babylonians never gave up the search for SOS starship. At first, science could barely pick up intermission signals, but 20 days ago the signals vanished completely. To the communicator we bought from Izette, any helpful? That Izette. Izette communicated exactly why I called you here. I didn't expect much from it. Honestly, I just wanted to see if it might offer a different angle. but I pick up something unusual. Blah, 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 blah. That's what it says. Harsh static crackles through the audio as Asmo plays backwards. All the best to you. Asmo raises a hand monitoring you to keep listening. Through the burst of white noise, faint cheers, and lively chatter, conjuring the image of joyous celebrations unfolding. Lovey-dovey, happy. Played by noise, audio, drags difficult to discern. When it comes, sounds like a chorus of voices, each taking a turn to offer blessing to a newly engaged couple. It almost feels as though the communicator has mistakenly caught a broadcast, but some proposal happening from far below on the surface. Though it bears no connection to you, the unguided joy and laughter pierces to hold an oddly moving quality. You seep through your ears, gently soothing a heart grown restless under the weight of endless tasks. Research, superior testing. Within the garden transmission, a term all too familiar surfaced without warning. Yes, Sophia. I had Rose run a full analysis on audio through multiple methods. No good possibility of fabrication. How did that community pick this up? The communication operator on the fix switched the anchor to the service level FOS coordinates, designed for a two-way communication between FOS and IZ. Naturally, the signal he received would originate from surface level FOS. But surface level FOS should have been abandoned ages ago. No people, but there's still other things there. You mean FOS monument? Dominic overruled everyone back then, insisting on bringing the upper half onto the starship, no matter what it took. And now a signal like this turns up at all times. There may be critical elements at the original surface level FOS site that was never fully investigated. The material had issued a new mission to investigate anomalies at the end site. Which god was assigned? It was going to be Cerberus, but I accepted it. The reason I gave was that Cerberus lacked a confidant capable of ground deployment, and therefore cannot handle unexpected emergencies on site. The reason you gave, he powers down the main screen, turns his gaze over. This artifact isn't straightforward as it appears. The underlying data shows abnormal fluctuation, and its electromagnetic signature doesn't match any recurves. If possible, somebody deliberately engineered the signal so Batman would pick it up, or precisely so we couldn't. Alternatively, this audio originated from an unrelated source and happened to be caught by that communicator by pure chance. No too convenient. Then a third possibility exists. He lifts his head and the dark red eyes carefully diluted gleams. This audio most likely doesn't belong to our timeline. The Hedo Tower. Oh, gee, I knew it! The tower is coming back, y'all! The tower is coming back! I called it! The two of you arrived at the answer simultaneously. The Hedo Tower here in this timeline, is that possible? I can't confirm it yet, but that's precisely why I kept the decades out of restricted. The fewer people who know about it, the better. It's also why I want you to take on this mission. Your background as Laiddarkslayer styles, combined with your field experience with the Hedo Tower campaign, makes you the best choice, whether it's docking with the starship once we reach the coordinates or investigate what secrets the OFOS site still holds on the ground. And then the timing. When FOS starship disappeared, the college was in the middle of anniversary celebration. Most active Padawan were attending festivities at their respective posts. Put simply, we don't have anyone better suited for this right now. The crew breaks but the words never find their way out. FOS starship, the Hedo Tower, the starship carried colleges and the next generation of cadets. The Hedo Tower threatens all humanity. No matter how you look at it, there's no room for error in this mission. The OFOS site. You remember the archives photographs you once saw in the FOS library. It was solely dignified campus, radiant of air of proud glory. The FOS starship was built as a near-perfect replica of the original campus, meant to carry humanity on its journey to the stars, but the shiny dream never came to pass. When the Punisher virus broke, FOS College lost over half its facilities and students in a battle before the eventual order arrived. The starship launched amid the chaos, leaving the campus behind in a desperate scramble. What secret remains in the ruin below, no one knows. As for the West, I already said more than enough. Celica will forward you the mission briefing. Watch yourself out there. Will do. Admin put away his terminal and turns to leave. You remain seated alone in the dark in the conference room. FOS College, where could it be now? You close your eyes, the memory holds fast, vivid and untouched by time. Professor Vernon brought medical. Oh my god, this fucking. Instructor was in Van, turned in his hand. For close quarter combat, it was Instructor Lester, a cold weapons specialist who taught you everything you know. Hey, Dad. Fallon, your upperclassman who later turned faculty, and Vanessa, who accepted the invitation to visit FOS on its anniversary. It's a starship built to forge humanity's future leaders, a college born to hopes and generation. Even after graduation, you have returned regularly, invited to lectures, to dissect combat scenarios. Every highway, every familiar corner, the students wrapped with attention, the professors who once shaped you. Are they all right now? And why, of all days, did it have to be an anniversary celebration? Thoughts and tomorrow, you open the file with Asmund again to watch the last footage of FOS Preserve and Babylon Fiction. Tis, why drag me into this anniversary nonsense? The Graven comment is the only ones you'd be shouting over. Yeah, we invited Graven to do. The footage shows the Starship live celebration for Static now swallows the screen whole. Two days later, aboard the transport, Lucia rises to her feet and makes her way to the rear storage compartment for the third time, double checking the mission supplies. This is the third time you checked them, girl. Sorry, Commandant. Back in her seat, Lucia furrows her brows and pulls up the terminal again, checking how much further you have to go. Is it nightmares again? It's nothing. I probably just knocked my memory module doing the routine frame maintenance the other day. Moment of hesitation and Lucy speaks, her voice heavy. These past 2 days, I keep recalling these hazy memories of the fog. Yeah, because the tower, yeah. She slowly remembers. Endless white fog swallow her fractured dreams and everything dissolves into a haze. But I shouldn't be having those dreams like this. The Hell Tower never shows itself here, which means the fog shouldn't exist in this world at all. If anything feels off, promise me, tell me right away. I will come out. Wow, they call her a black hair construct. No, her name is Lucia. Lucia gives you a small smile in return. As you speak, the transport bank descends, just rolling in the wake. Below, the ruins of FOS College rise into view. The campus, once magnificent, lies like a skeleton of some great whale stripped bare by time. Only shattered Prim's tower at its center still catches the light. It fades brilliantly, refracting the blood glow of the setting sun. We're here. So this is FOS. Yep. Alright, this is how much I had time for. Next time, we're going to get through a bunch of this. We get to see Alpha's new story. By the way, the new Alpha, really good. I enjoy her. I don't care what the meta people say, like she's bad. She's a cool character.